I keep getting something saying the microphone is not connected.
Yeah, Marvin Turner said that he's not getting audio. You
All
should
right.
be getting it now.
Let me know if you're all able to hear me okay. That is weird, and I'm not sure what's going on there. Okay, we have sound. Okay, good. In case you missed the beginning of the show, I was just saying that we are just getting started here. I'm basically producing the live cast tonight, or the live stream. By the way, Mr. Chewy is back behind us here, and he is not happy about not being able to be part of the show. And back there he is looking through between Mimi and I. So he now has his 15 minutes of fame. Anyway, I'm producing the live stream this evening because, as some of you know, the last couple of Wednesdays there has not been a video. We had a family emergency starting a week ago this past Sunday. Some of you know that my mother ended up passing away. So all of last week we were busy with funeral arrangements and one thing and another. Mimi did a tremendous job with helping out and basically being now the can I say the matriarch of the family? Is that acceptable?
Yeah, it's basically the role I was taking.
So we I think are done with all of that now, and hopefully we'll be getting back to a little bit more normal schedule around here. I am very happy to have Mimi with me tonight. It's always great when you can join in the live stream. We've got people saying hi to Chewy. Yes, Chewy is here.
Chewy's head is in my lap right now.
Yes, Chewy is
trying to get him to lie down.
Yes.
Lie down. Chewy, lie down. Lie down.
All right.
Lie down.
And as far as the program, programming for the channel goes, I spent all day pretty much on the range today getting video for what I hope is going to be Saturday's video. Now all I have to do is get it finished the rest of the way, and then go through the whole thing with YouTube demonetizing it and all that. But hopefully I will have that video ready to go for Saturday, and I'll be able to get some other things going. It really was difficult from a production schedule standpoint because I essentially lost a week. I had one small video that I was able to get done, and some of you might have seen that. I released it, I think Monday or Tuesday of this week, with the O-Lite rail mount adapters for the O-Site. If you didn't see that, go back, take a look at it if you have any interest at all in the O-Site. Anyway, let me throw this over to Mimi. Anything you want to put out to all of your adoring fans there?
No, I'm trying to control Chewy so he doesn't want. Come here. Lie down. I'm sorry. Trying to control the dog so Howard can do his thing. He's being pathetic right now. But hi, everybody, and thank you for the condolences.
Yes, thank you very much. I appreciate that. And to all of you who commented on the community post that I put up a few days ago, thank you very much for that as well. But like I said, hopefully we're going to get back to something a little bit more like a normal schedule at this point. I have got several things in the pipeline that are waiting that I really need to get time to work on videos for and get out to all of you. I think it's content that a lot of you are going to like. And it's just one of those things where right now everything is sort of in a bottleneck. So with a little bit of time and work here, and Mimi is having a difficult time with Mr. Chewy, who is demanding attention right now and can't figure out why she is not giving it to him. And he is now back in her lap, more or less.
His chin is constantly wet, and that's what's resting on my leg right now. So,
in any case, we've had some great videos up lately. The video that I produced a couple of weeks ago on the 38 Remington 158 grain plus P lead semi wad cutter, hollow point, has done really well. I think it's up well over 20,000 views at this point. Thanks to all of you who watched that. Thanks for the comments on there. And based on the response that I got to that, I'm probably going to be working on some future videos of that same type. It's kind of fun. It's a little bit labor intensive, but then again, a lot of my videos are kind of labor intensive. The one that I was working on today was labor intensive, but the end results, I think, are interesting and entertaining. So I'm looking forward to that. But again, thanks to everyone who watched that video, and there is going to be more ammo testing coming. I just have to get more water jugs, more water, and more time to get out and record that. And we've had some other folks join here in the last couple of minutes. JC Justice is here, Chris 1911, Portable, Luke B, Art Grote, and P3. Thanks to all of you for joining. We're up to 37 people now that are in here, so wow. Fantastic. We'll just see how high that goes. To everyone, not sure what's going on down there right now, but to everyone who's joined late, I am putting this live stream together this evening because I've not had a Wednesday video the last couple of weeks, and I wanted to get this out to try to give some continuity to the channel. I had a Saturday video this past week that was kind of a short video. I had another short video here a couple of days ago, and hopefully we're going to get back into a little bit more of a normal production schedule. So at this point, if any of you have questions, comments, anything you want to throw out for the good order of everyone here, by all means do so. Again, this is the Firearm Show that's completely driven by you, your comments, and your questions. And I see one down there for Mimi from Jeep's Cafe.
Did HR replace that small chopping block? No. It is still in play, and I take it away from him periodically. He now insists on using these oversized shears we have to cut up vegetables for our salad instead of a normal knife.
Which works very well. It's extremely fast. All I have to do is snip, 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 and we have salad.
Yep.
I've not done a cooking video in a while. I have to get one of those done here in the near future. Fall and winter are a good time for cooking videos, so watch for those coming out whenever I come up with a good recipe that I think I can put out to all of you.
Big Shug said, just got my third Hot Pocket by Lunar Concepts, like a suppressor sleeve, but for your rifle, one of the coolest new things I've gotten.
I have seen those. I've never used one. I've never used a suppressor. And maybe one of these days I'll get around to doing that. It would be nice if they would get removed from the Class 3 list and we could buy those things just like any other accessory. It's kind of silly that they're on that list. And that's probably the biggest reason I don't own one, because I haven't felt like doing the Class 3 two-step to try to get through ATF and all the rigmarole to be able to own one of those. So glad you got one. Glad you got a cover for it. And maybe someday I'll have one of my own.
Marvin Turner said that he has several pair of kitchen shears. We have one. We have a couple of pairs that he converts to kitchen shears when he's using them, and I don't want you to encourage him.
I might start using hedge trimmers. I could use hedge trimmers for things like, I don't know, steak.
You don't eat steak, and you're not touching my steak with that.
I could use it for turkey. I could carve a turkey with hedge trimmers.
Outside. You can do whatever you want outside.
Roy Kiefer, can anyone verify that TSA now requires some sort of super locked container for firearms checked luggage? That is my understanding. If it's anything they can pry their way into, it's not acceptable for transporting firearms. I have never tried to take a firearm with me when I'm flying. And the big reason is because I don't want to deal with the headaches from TSA. It's obnoxious. And we were just talking about we're going to be traveling down to North Carolina to my son and daughter-in-law's place for Thanksgiving. And Mimi was originally talking about flying, but I would rather drive just so I don't have to deal with TSA and the hassle of the airlines. And I can take a firearm with me. But yeah, that's annoying. It amazes me that now here we are 23 years after 9/11, and we still have, people have to take off, various clothing items and shoes and whatever else and get scanned. And we haven't come up with a better way yet to deal with all of those. And I don't know about all of you, but I personally just hate getting lumped in with the criminals because somebody, some criminal somewhere did something, and now all of a sudden I am penalized for it, or Mimi is penalized for it because of something those people did. It just drives me up the wall.
Yeah, so here's my TSA story. My left knee was replaced 4 years ago, and I have the scars to prove it. And I also have TSA pre-check.
It's still a pretty nice knee.
So I go through pre-check, and I, don't have to take my shoes off, don't have to do whatever. And I go through the little machine, and it beeps, and I'm like, yeah, I had a knee replacement, I have a card. And they're like, nope, you got to go through the big scanner. And I said, I have shorts on, you can see my knee, my legs are bare, I'm not packing anything in there, and I still have to go through the big machine. And one day I may get arrested by TSA based on what I say to them and my behavior, because it's really annoying that I've gone through pre-check and I still have to go through the big machine as if I'm packing explosives in my knee. But anyway.
You might be packing explosives in your knee.
I'm not.
You got that look.
But I don't have any open wounds.
SC Patriot, hello to you from South Carolina. I know you've told me before, remind me where in South Carolina you are, because I just don't remember right now. Raybo34, hello to you. Charles Dunitz, will you ever do a Kimber 1911 review? I think I did one. Was that a Kimber?
I don't remember.
Maybe not. Maybe it was a SIG that I did a while back. If I get the opportunity, I'll do a Kimber review. We'll just have to see what happens. JC Justice, I was like you before, but now I have 3.
I think he's
sutures?
talking about. I think he's talking about shear. He was talking about the kitchen shears.
Okay.
I think it's very cathartic, chopping things up with a knife. So I like to use a knife and my 2 oversized cutting boards. Not oversized, but bigger cutting boards than the miniature one he likes to use. So
P3, yes, I hope TSA goes away in our lifetimes too. It's just I appreciate the effort to keep us all safe when we're flying and maintain security in the airports and all that. But wow, what a pain.
I have flown in and out of Tel Aviv, and I have flown, we have flown in and out of Edinburgh and Heathrow, and none of those countries do anything like this nonsense. And Israel's been dealing with terrorists for a long time, and they don't make us take our shoes off. So, South Carolina Patriot said he's from upstate South Carolina and near Abbeville.
I don't know where that is, do you?
Yeah.
Okay. Ivor, hello to you. Thanks for joining from Minnesota.
Oh, P3 said, I think by shusher he means suppressor. So he wasn't talking about kitchen shears. I beg your pardon. He was talking about suppressors.
Ivor, Model 59, do you have any of these? I've got a 5904 back in the safe behind us here, which is basically a clone, or it's the same as my first firearm that I owned when I went to the police academy and for my first year or so as a police officer. And the 5904 is just the 3rd generation evolution of the Model 59. Great firearms in any generation. Congratulations to you for having one of the originals. I would like to have one of those myself, but I don't currently.
Raybo34 said, don't buy pagers in the Middle East. Don't buy a pager if you're a member of Hezbollah in the Middle East.
I didn't know people still used pagers. Apparently Hezbollah does.
Pagers and their communication radios.
Apparently they will stop. One way or another.
They will blow up.
Roy Kiefer, folks, not to be negative, but given the global threats, I would expect pre-boarding checks might become even more rigorous. It just seems like there's some way they could do it more conveniently. Maybe scanning people as you. Yeah, remember the movie? What was it, Arnold Schwarzenegger? The one where he goes to Mars and he's
Yeah, I can't think
a
of it
secret
either.
agent. Total Recall, where you go walking by the big screen and it scans your body and makes sure you're not carrying anything you shouldn't be. But just something quicker and more convenient than we have now would be nice.
Jeff H asks, "What is Mrs. Funk's EDC?" And I don't know what that is. And it's not Mrs. Funk.
Yes, it is. Mrs. Chief Howard R. Funk.
No, it's Mrs. Moore. What's EDC?
Everyday carry. What firearm do you carry?
Whatever's in my car.
Smith & Wesson 380 Bodyguard.
That's it. I can never remember. I've had a couple of different ones in there, and I can't remember. So I apologize. My place of employment doesn't allow carry in on their premises, and so when I park and go in the office where I spend all day, I don't have it on my person, but it's in my car. And I used to go into government buildings all the time, so I couldn't carry on my person for my previous job either.
Vehicle warning. When we see a Browning high power video, where'd it go? Of some kind. I've got several videos with P35 high power, not all Browning, but P35 high powers. I'm sure there'll be another one coming at some point in the future. I don't have one scheduled right now, but definitely you will see another P35 at some point. Hopefully not too distant future. That's one of my favorite firearms, so don't expect it to go too long without seeing it. Katie Cowboy, they were afraid they were being tracked with cell phones, so they shifted to free Israeli. Well, hey, if they're free.
What could go wrong? He's asked if there were explosives or are they shorting batteries. No, it killed a number of them and maimed in various ways a number of them. So no, they were explosives. I mean, I know batteries can do a lot of damage, but that's pretty impressive.
J78, has there been any increase in crime in your state recently with the release of the migrants? A certain lady on TV said there wasn't. What's your take? In our area, we have a surprising number of quote unquote migrants. In fact, behind us, there's a small college campus, and every Sunday there's a huge soccer, I guess I'll call it a tournament. I don't know what else to call it. Takes place there.
It's more than one match.
Yeah. Now, I will say that they probably don't account for any more crime here than any other demographic, truthfully. They certainly account for some, but when we mix everybody else in there, I suppose it's relatively proportionate. But that's for here. For some of the larger jurisdictions where there are a lot of people going, I can't speak for them.
There's all kinds of things. Big Shug said, asking me if I'm not a fan of the funk. I am a fan of the funk. I don't even know how to answer that.
I'm lost on that one. I think he's referring to something on farther up there. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, when I said I'm not Mrs. Funk, I'm Mrs. Moore.
Ah, okay.
I was established in my career with my maiden name, so I retained it when we got married. Everybody knows we're married.
I'm going to put Mrs. Funk.
Although on occasion he gets called Mr. Moore because people don't realize, which that I have my maiden name, so I am immensely amused at that.
I think you should have hyphenated your last name.
Yes, I would be Mrs. Moore Funk or Mrs. Funk Moore. As a courtroom attorney, I could not imagine my judges saying either one of those things and all of us keeping a straight face. So
I think it's great.
Mm-hmm. It would have been like the first time.
Mrs. Funk Moore.
I think the judge would have said, "You need to pick one of them."
Mrs. Moore Funk.
More fun. Stephen Detweiler says the Texas State Fair is talking about being a gun-free zone. Texas going woke, and he says he's not going. A gun-free zone is what we call a crime area, correct? I believe
Yes.
so.
I'm kind of surprised they do that in Texas. I would think the state fair would be someplace that if you didn't have a firearm, they'd hand you one on the way through the gate.
I have a feeling it's a very small group of people trying to do that. And when their census goes down on the people attending the fair, they'll rethink it next year.
Rainbow 34, 4 grams of explosives in those pagers. They made the battery overheat, which caused the explosion.
Who is Love Dogs 1954?
Take a wild guess.
Changed the handle? Changed his handle?
Yes.
Yes.
What did it say?
It says Mrs. Moore is her professional name as an attorney. Yes. And by the way, a very good attorney. Correct. She has kept Howard out of trouble for many years. That is not true. The area with the Haitian immigrants is Springfield, and it's always been a crap hole. Yeah. I saw something last couple of days, 20,000 migrants, and the town was originally 60,000 people. Today, I saw an article where they were saying 20,000 immigrants and 40,000 people. I think they are not understanding the numbers. They have something like 1,300 kids in the schools that don't speak English, that they're not prepared for.
Guile Jackson, didn't know you guys were going live. I knew you stayed home and skipped work. Well, thank you. Probably better off to go to work, though. You're going to make more money doing that than you are sitting here watching us. Stephen Weiler, I like more funk.
Well, and who doesn't? Who doesn't like more funk? You're both glad to meet your wife. Oh.
Yeah,
hope you're both enjoying your day.
Thank you.
We are. I worked all day. He was at the range all day.
Yes. Well, I was kind of working all day.
No, that's not a work for you.
That is work.
That is not work.
That's work for me.
You can call it that all you want to. When you come home smiling, that's not work.
Luke B., there are metal detectors at the entrances of the Oklahoma State Fair, and we're constitutional carry state.
Well.
Ben Green, ERJG, getting it. Now, you can change your name all you want to, Loves Dog 1954. Everybody knows who you are. Let's see. Sean Zimmerman, did you see 300,000 more children were lost? I'm not sure where you mean.
From the border?
I'm not sure what you mean, Sean. You'll have to give us a little more info on that.
And then someone wrote, how to destroy the Electoral College. Correct.
Well, we'll probably see that if Donald Trump wins. They'll have to figure out a way to nullify that.
Yeah.
Well, Mimi is a, what's your official title?
I'm a staff attorney.
For the board, no, for the Board of Elections.
Oh, I'm a precinct, what am I, location manager.
Yes. So she's one of the ones that gets to make sure nobody comes in with a suitcase full of ballots and dump them into the box and all that kind of thing. I am.
Don't be crossing me on that. Yeah. It's fun working a poll. If you have the time to take the day off and go work a poll as a volunteer, and I do get paid, all of my efforts, I have to be there at 5 in the morning. We're done at 7:30. I got home at 10:30 the last election. I got paid $153.75.
Ooh.
Yes. So, but if you have the time that you can spare, it's a lot of fun and it's worthwhile, and you too can intercept the suitcase full of ballots.
Katie Cowboy, the governor of my wonderful state, wonderful blue state, immediately tried to make carry permits useless as he created laws to make everything a sensitive area outside of your home. In your state, I am not surprised to hear that. I know in New York City, that's one of the concerns, that there are so many schools and religious institutions and whatever else. Essentially, the entire city is a no carry zone. And I've heard of people that have had issues because of that before. So I'm not at all surprised to hear that happen in your state as well.
Sean Zimmerman did clarify 300,000 kids from the border, ones they let in. And it's tragic because we're not going to find those 300,000. They're just going to be victimized, and they're going to be hidden in the shadows of big and small cities, and horrible things are going to happen to them. And we're just going to find dead bodies over the next couple of years, small dead bodies as they're used up and discarded. And we have enough American kids that happens too. And we don't have enough foster homes for them, for the American kids, and now add immigrant kids to that. It's horrible.
Roy Kiefer, to answer your question, I have no idea what the various county balance sheets reflect. She is trustworthy, even if she isn't more fun. Well,
I sure am.
MITS, 31 states allow open carry. We should now have over 20 million firearms in the United States. I love freedom. I think we have a lot more than that.
It's in the neighborhood of 650 to 700 million.
Yeah. And nobody really knows for sure.
No, and they shouldn't know. Ain't none of their business.
We want the DSA. I know. I'm trying to get to it. I'm trying to work my way through everything else. I was just talking about earlier in the show that my time has been so curtailed lately that I haven't been able to get to everything, but I've got a backlog worth of things to get videos produced for, and that's one of them.
DSA FAL is a rifle.
Yeah.
Okay. Chief's Cafe said your chili recipe is popular at my wife's work. Whose chili recipe?
Mine. My chili recipe.
You don't have a chili recipe.
I have a chili recipe.
You have copied my chili recipe.
No, I have not.
Yeah.
Miss, I don't like spicy food.
I have made your spicy food for 23 years or more. So, yes. So that's actually my chili recipe.
Mine.
I'm ignoring you.
Steve Weiler, we are a constitutional carry state. I believe wait a second. I believe I heard that there is legal action taking place to research this.
About the
Texas.
About the metal detectors. Well, they can detect metal all they want to. I don't know what they're basing preventing entry or removing of the firearm. Like, if there's no statute that allows that, then they're going to be watching a lot of guns walk in.
Looky there, Big Should, funk for president. Thanks for the vote.
I can get behind that. Would I not make an awesome first lady?
Yeah.
Oh my God. That would be so much fun. Like, not elected. I don't have to worry about what people think of me, and I can do basically whatever I want.
Do a lot better than a plank of wood we've had for the last 3.5 years.
I would.
Yes. Okay, where are we here? Raybo has to pay his concealed carry for tax for this year. Absolutely, get on that.
Huh.
Steve Detweiler, my church Open Door Church has now saved 11,000 children from sex trafficking around the world. We give them forever homes and education redemption. Cool. Very cool.
That's wonderful. J78 wants to know where the tax is being. What is it? Where are you at? Raybo. Oh.
That's
I don't know. Oh, North Carolina. North Carolina is kind of a purplish kind of state. They're a little schizophrenic with their political leanings.
That's where we're going for Thanksgiving.
Right.
Yeah. My son and daughter-in-law now live in Clayton, North Carolina. So we will be going down there for Thanksgiving and hopefully getting my daughter up there from Columbia, South Carolina, and we'll all converge on my son's place and eat all their food and make a big mess and then leave, which is revenge for all the times that he did that when he was younger with me.
Katie Cowboy is asking, didn't you eat spicy food in South Carolina? No, I did not. Here's my theory. I have a very sensitive nose. I can smell anything from a mile away, which is a curse when it's body odor. So because I have such a sensitive palate, my suspicion is that's why I can't handle spicy food. I saw 600 million firearms, and Howard and I own half of them. Psh, don't give it away.
Floridian saw that more border crossings at New York, Canada border. Something.
Senegalese and Mexicans now being shipped to hotels in New York luxury. You know what? New York City should take them. They were a sanctuary city. They should absolutely take them. I don't feel bad.
Midwest Picker, hello to you. And by the way, cool icon there. That's Enoch from the old Land of the Lost TV show. I remember as a kid.
Wow. Squire Will said, could Mrs. Funk or Mrs. Moore do a presentation on Ohio constitutional carry in Ohio? That would be good to watch. You could probably do that presentation better than I could.
I probably could. Where are we here?
Rainbow 34 said, depends on where you live in North Carolina. I would imagine it's purple, lavender, red, blue, depending on where you are.
Midwest Picker, thank you.
Your kids live in the real world. That's true.
Steve Detweiler, what's the temperature up there? We hit 100 this week. Let's see what it is right this moment.
It got to be in the low 80s.
It is 74 degrees right now. It was up around 80 degrees earlier today.
Yep. If your family wants a great meal while you're in the Triangle, I'd recommend it's a southern thing in downtown Durham. Okay, we'll line that up.
Wow. Yeah, that's not going to be too far. Land of the Lost.
Anonymous F just got here, but I'm a fan of HR. What's the chat about? Me. And how much money y'all are going to donate so I can buy another firearm?
I thought that was so I could buy more bourbon.
Not today.
No, the chat is about it. It's whatever you all want it to be. This is completely driven by all of you, questions, comments, all of that. So we are just going down the list over here. There's no real thing. Oh, if anybody wants to join as a guest, you can talk to me or Mimi. Just send me an email at hrfunksmail@gmail.com. I will send you a link to the show. It will walk you through joining. Just remember, if you join, and we got Milosaurus back there climbing up. But if you join with your camera activated, everybody in the world is going to be able to see you. So if you're just sitting there in your underwear, you might want to put something on first. You can also join just with your voice, and we'll have a conversation. Everybody will hear you.
Or just put a shirt on.
Or put a shirt on, yes.
Yeah.
Or I could take my shirt off.
Ben Crane, I've been wanting to comment on this. He said, I'll endorse the Funk ticket, but the first ladies with law degrees haven't been great lately. Hillary, Michelle. Right. I will be the notable exception.
Absolutely. Anonymous F, LOL, Mrs. Funk. Just saw the cat. Yes, that is my daughter's cat that for some reason is still living here while she's in North Carolina. I'm still not sure why that is.
He weighs 30 pounds.
She named him Milo. I call him Milosaurus because he is gigantic.
Okay, Rainbow says they have deep red areas, deep blue areas in North Carolina. Sadly, they keep importing more commies here. Yes. Yeah, people move south and they want to take their stupid policies with them. So you definitely have to keep them in check. And then Big Shug said, dang, Ben coming at me. Anonymous said, Mrs. Funk is spicy. What kind of guns are you looking at, ma'am? I'm spicy.
You are spicy. Where are we here? I'm lost.
What do I want? I don't know. I'll have to think about that.
I'll let you know what you want.
Okay. My city is blue, but my county is red as a college town. Isn't that the truth? Isn't that the truth? We spend a lot of time talking to our daughter about and she's at University of South Carolina, which is, I don't worry too much about Southern universities, but we do spend some time talking about don't listen to people who may be bad-mouthing your dad or your mom or, how you were raised. So,
Cal Tipper, good evening to you. Joining from, is that Geismar, Louisiana? I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Thanks for joining. Joseph Paul, have you done any videos on chest holsters? Yes, I have, but it's been a while. When I was working for the security firm up in the Cleveland area, I was wearing a tactical vest, and I carried my holster right in the middle of my tactical vest, and I made a video about that. But I think that's the only one, or at least the only one I remember. Scott from South Carolina, large influx of Northeasterners moved to Myrtle Beach. We were in Myrtle Beach, what's it been, a month ago? Or thereabouts?
Yeah. Yes, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people from New Jersey there, and I'm not just saying that because our daughter's boyfriend's family is from New Jersey, but there is a lot. Now, having said that, they're God-fearing people, so they're okay as Northerners in Myrtle Beach.
Yep. My daughter's boyfriend's a really nice young guy, so I'm pretty happy about that.
Yeah. Anonymous F said, those Haitians need to leave their policies of eating pets back on their island. I think, honestly, there's such a food shortage that they just sort of eat anything they come across, because they definitely have been reported to be capturing geese and ducks. So regardless of what they're eating, they're not, even though the reports are they're getting between $600 and $1,600 a month on their food stamp card, or SNAP benefits.
Squire Will thinks you need a 2011 double stack or an AMT hardballer.
Okay, I don't know what either one of those things are.
Well, the second one is 1911. The first one is a 2011. I'll tell you what that is later.
Okay.
Raybo 34, I worked at Southern University.
Oh, I didn't say we're oblivious. No.
Roy Kiefer's worried that I'm walking on thin ice.
I'll let you know what you want. I don't take him seriously.
Systematic. Been to Haiti. They cooked animals on the side of a roof there.
On the road.
Oh, side of the road. It jumped as I was reading it. Not surprisingly, they would do it here too. Yeah, not surprisingly.
Yeah, actually, when I was in Africa in Ghana, there was roadside stands, and they bush meat, which was always like mystery meat, and you did not want to buy meat or other cooked foods at roads. I mean, they were like little trailers. You did not want to buy that food and eat it because you wanted to live to see the next day. So, and I was there with native Ghanaians who were both physicians, and they said don't eat it. So I did not.
Katie Cowboy, did you have a full background check on your daughter's boyfriend? No, but interestingly, she told me at some point that she was talking to him about me, and he said something along the lines of, he was wondering if he had to worry about a laser dot appearing on his chest or something like that. And I said, well, not as long as he behaves himself.
And I said, it's not going to be on your chest, Tiger.
Midwest Picker, thank you for the $5 donation. I appreciate that greatly.
He said, if you admit you secretly love high points, he'll donate another $5.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I am trying to get a high point firearm. I saw one when I was at the NRA annual meeting back in May that I kind of like the looks of. It's something a little bit different from them. And I just sent an email, it's probably about 2 weeks ago now, trying to get one of those things in. So I don't know that I can say I love one, but I am trying to at least get one in for review to be open-minded and fair. Systematic, same thing in Haiti. Also, drinking water was a no-no.
Yeah, we did not drink the water unless it was bottled water or we boiled it for a period of time. I was there with, I was on the grounds of their women's hospital, and I was there with medical personnel, so I just followed their direction.
Anonymous F is asking if you tried, is it biltong?
Biltong, I think.
Biltong?
No, I did not. I did not try that.
Their take on beef jerky.
Anonymous F said, I always make it a point to mention to my better half that I have some firearms at a relative's or friend's house. That way, when I make a new purchase, there are no questions about cost. I do not care if he buys a new firearm. The rule is basically he's not allowed to trade a firearm in, because then I have to hear for the next year about how he wishes he didn't trade it in, and gosh, he misses that one. And so he's just not allowed to trade them in. If you're going to buy it, buy it.
I've never done that.
Never done what? Complained?
Yes.
Please. You did trade in something, whatever, a year or so ago. And I said, are you sure you're going to trade it in? Because I really don't want to listen to you after that. And you traded it in. So, and I haven't heard it. So you're either keeping quiet or you really didn't mind trading it in. The 10mm carbine is tempting. Okay, that sounds good.
Scott from South Carolina, have you seen the new Taurus 1911? I don't think so. I mean, Taurus was made in 1911 in the past. I don't know that I've seen a new version of their 1911. Ben Crane, don't let him fool you guys. I offered to loan him my High Point, and he declined. Yes, he did. I think it was a brand new firearm back at that point, and I was kind of surprised. My question that I remember asking was whether or not it actually worked, and according to Ben, it more or less did. So that's good. Systematic, all day teaching firearms classes today. Tired and sunburnt, but rewarding. Love my job. Good for you. Yeah, I know what you mean. You come in off the range after you've been there all day and you're just drained. So I know how that feels when you're teaching. Katie Cowboy, someone mixed Tang with water in the Philippines and thought it was orange juice. I only had very little and was in trouble on the flight. Must have been something else mixed in with the Tang and the water.
It's probably just the water that did him in.
Roy Kiefer, Howard, a High Point if you need a boat anchor, purchase a boat. I don't know. The one that I'm trying to get, of all the firearms or all the High Point firearms that I've seen, this one at least seems interesting. So we'll see. I don't know. I've not heard back from the email that I sent, so we'll see what happens.
Floridian wants to know if we've visited Biltmore Estate. No, we haven't. They just moved to North Carolina in October, so it hasn't even been a year. And we've had a little bit going on in the last 12 months. So we've only driven there.
You've only been there once, right?
Yeah.
And I stopped there a month or so ago when I was coming back from from South Carolina.
I was there, I don't know, once or twice. Not very, and short visits both times. So no, Biltmore's on my list of places to go. Scott Person said, I've traded and sold a number of firearms over the years. The only one I regretted was a CZ Rammy. I sold it to my son a year ago and traded a G19. So it's mine again. See? Quit trading.
I would kind of like to have a Rammy. I think CZ stopped making those. And CZ is weird because they'll just like all of a sudden stop making things and there's no rhyme or reason. But I always thought the Rammys were kind of cool. I wouldn't mind having one of those. HR, what's been the CCW for the TG?
Summer, for the summer.
Oh, for the summer. Okay.
Will that change as we get into colder weather?
Absolutely. In the summertime, a lot of times, especially if I'm wearing shorts and a t-shirt and I don't have any way to really conceal much, I'm carrying my Model 342 J-frame Smith & Wesson 38 Special because it's a titanium cylinder, aluminum frame revolver that is so easy to just drop in a pocket and carry with me. As it gets colder and I wear more and more clothes and more layers of clothing, the firearms that I'm carrying get larger and larger. I've been carrying, my IWI Masada 9S recently. I've been carrying my Masada Tactical recently. I had a 1911 with me the other day. So yes, as we get into the cooler weather, the firearms that I'm carrying get larger and larger. Also was carrying my Smith & Wesson Model 19 Carry Comp the other day. So when it gets really cold and I'm wearing lots of big layers of clothes, then I'll have even larger firearms yet. Raybo 34, for a little bit more than a High Point, you can get a Taurus.
I won't buy a Taurus. Big Shugs tried to buy a High Point. Aren't they cheaper than some steakhouse dinners?
Probably, depending on the steakhouse.
Yeah, if you get a tomahawk steak, they probably are cheaper than that. Go to Biltmore at Christmas time. So worth it. Well, maybe we'll try to do that.
You know, some places that I remember going, I don't know how many people have ever been there, but I went to New Bern, North Carolina a long time ago when I was down in Cherry Point. And there's a colonial section, or at least there was at that time, of New Bern, and they had it all decorated as it would have been decorated for Christmas back during the 1700s, late 1600s, 1700s. And it was extremely cool. I remember going to the one home and somebody was in there playing a harpsichord, and the Christmas trees were beautiful. The whole area was beautiful. If you ever get a chance and you're in New Bern, North Carolina at Christmas time, take a look at that, because if it's still there, if it's still the way I remember it, it's very interesting and very fun to look through.
JL Robertus loves the new website.
Thank you. And thanks to all of you who have gone to the website and checked it out and sent me messages through there. If you want to send me anything, there is the contact link, and essentially send an email. It goes to the email that's going across the bottom of the screen right here. And I get that in. I'm able to respond to them. So, you know, that's an easy way to contact me if you want to. And all you have to do is go to the website. So thanks again to everyone that's visited there.
Anonymous F wants to know what I carry when I'm out on the town. I carry Howard.
I was going to say she carries me. Friends don't let friends buy a Taurus.
Here in Michigan, the leaves are already changing. We noticed that yesterday, driving back and forth to my in-laws' house and the funeral home and all of that. Everything was green, and then yesterday we thought everything is starting to turn bits of red and brown, and yeah, they're just starting to change. Raybo 34 says they still do that in New Bern.
Very cool. And yeah, Tryon Palace, I know, is right in that area where they do all that. So that's cool that they still do it. And
he lives 30 minutes from New Bern.
Ah, I didn't know that. Roy Kiefer, sadly, they just discontinued the CZ97. I didn't know that, but I know they discontinued a bunch of them maybe a year or so ago. So I guess I'm not completely surprised to hear the CZ97 was one of them.
Big Shug said, I held a 45 ACP High Point my buddy had. Is this real? You really picked this up and said yes? What's the matter with you? You probably yanked it out of your hand.
Wow, we are all caught up. We've got 59 viewers, commenters, guests in here. And we are up to almost 50 minutes. We'll probably keep this running for another 10 minutes, so we'll make it an even hour. So you've got 10 minutes for any last-minute questions, comments, anything you want to throw at Miss Mimi, within reason.
Yeah, but I'm the person who will respond honestly, so be careful what you ask. Anonymous F wants to know, any thoughts on the Keltec P15? Looks tempting, really light and slim.
No, I really don't know anything about it. I would have to look that one up. I know when I looked at the Keltec display at the NRA meeting down in Dallas, they had a bunch of cool stuff. The thing about Keltec is they're very innovative. Sometimes people are concerned about their quality control, although I now own two.
I thought you didn't like Keltecs.
Well, I didn't for years and years and years.
Oh, okay.
But I've got two sub 2000s now, the Generation 2 and the Generation 3. They've been great firearms. I really wouldn't mind trying out some more of their firearms. It's more a matter of being able to get a hold of them than anything else. So stay tuned. We'll see what happens in the future.
Scott from South Carolina is asking, did you stop any crime when you were off duty? And I remember the time you went to go pick up Ben when he was in 3rd grade and broke up a fight between two numbnuts.
Yes, there were two morons in a fist fight outside the door of the school. And the kids were all lined up inside of the school trying to come out. And there were two teachers with the door open about this far saying, hey, guys, take that someplace else. Take it someplace else. I thought, oh, for crying out loud. I walked around the corner. And there were these two idiots fighting out in front of the school. And I just latched onto one, pushed him up against the wall, told the other guy, turn around, face the other way. I'm a police officer. Don't move. I told the teachers, call 911 and get some more police officers here. So some of the guys who were on duty came. I handed the one guy that I had to one of them. The other ones grabbed the other guy, hooked them both up for disorderly conduct in a school safety zone, dragged them away to jail. And that's the one that comes to mind. And it was something dumb like the boyfriend and the husband both showed up to pick up the same child at the same time. So they got into a fight right there outside the school. So that's one of them that I remember.
Any further videos coming on that CV Life Scope?
Yep. That's what I was working on out of the range all day today. I've got that one and the Vortex scope. It's just a matter of completing that video. I'm hoping to have that ready to go live on Saturday.
Any word on the Diamondback's revolver yet?
Nothing other than I can't afford one.
Still have that boxer. What boxer are you talking about?
No, that one was on loan and that one went back.
Oh, okay.
That came from what you call it? House of Pain. Roy Kiefer, question that follows. Still love the archaic CZP 220. Is anyone else that fun? That's a great pistol, a great historical pistol. So I don't have any problem with that.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Marv Turner just bought a brand new .22 250. Need to decide on what scope to mount on it. 22 250. Okay.
Come on.
Hopefully and I've been thinking about doing something like a scope buyer's guide or something along those lines for anyone that's interested, because there is so much out there right now when it comes to optics. And Chewy is, of course, stealing the show at this point. But
he wants to know what we're doing.
In any case, you might see a scope buyer's guide video coming up in the not too distant future. Floridian, saw your M1 cleaning video again today. Love that rifle. Thank you. And I hope the video is helpful. Marv Turner still loves his revolvers. Good for you.
Are either or both of you great cooks? If so, you guys should do a cooking video together. I would not say I'm a great cook. I would say I'm a good cook.
I am a master chef with my scissors.
And there you have it. I mean, with your scissors. He does make me pancakes every Saturday morning that I don't go to the gym. So I get breakfast in bed. Sausage. I get sausage patties and pancakes. Would you stop? Sausage patties and pancakes. Breakfast in bed.
Katie Cowboy, anyone have any experience with a Dillon Square Deal B press? No, I've never used a Dillon press. Rainbow 34, still have my Charter Arms Professional 357 and love it. Good. Systematic says cute dog. He's up for sale.
No, he's not.
We can FedEx him to you.
Big Shark said Chewy with a fresh cut. Chewy was so badly matted after being a golden doodle, and he doesn't shed. He runs in the woods, and he has these giant knots, and he had to get shaved because he was one big knot. So.
Ben Crane says Chewy looks like he misses me. I left. Ben took Chewy out for me when we were at House of Pain for the Veterans Day thing last year.
Well, Ben, you could come house sit for us while we're gone, and you can babysit him. He does get up in the middle of the night at like 3 a.m. to go potty, but I'm sure you can handle that.
Or we can FedEx him to you.
Hey. Scott just bought a driveway alarm. Do you have one?
What? No.
Our driveway is not very long. What do you think it is? About 20 yards? Not 20 yards. Yeah, 20 yards.
20, 25, something like that, yeah.
How old is Chewy? Chewy is
A little over a year.
He was a year in May.
Yeah.
So June, July, August, September, October.
Not quite a year and a half.
Yeah. Almost 17 months. He is a goofball.
Chewy should be a landscape. No, he keeps getting busted. Every time that he comes up for promotion, he ends up being a private again.
Which means getting in my lap when I'm doing a live stream, that gets you busted down. Leave me the safe combo and it's a deal. We'll leave you a safe combo, all right. He can be the chief cook.
James DeLong, is it time for a Jim Beam and Coke? Join my glass of Maker's Mark. We're actually beyond Bourbon 30 here. What time is it anyway? Almost 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
It's almost my bedtime.
It's almost my bedtime, yeah. Ben Crane said Lance criminal. Is Chewy a doodle? Yes, he is. And J78 said Jim Beam and ginger ale. Bourbon and ginger ale is a great beverage, and I've had many of them. Not all at the same time. And we met both of Chewy's parents when we bought him from over west of Worcester. So he's very light. I wanted an almost white, so he's very light colored.
He's also very, very demanding.
And Ben Crane said, I'm on vacation from work. It's rye o'clock here. Yeah, and I like a good rye too. Howard's not a rye fan.
No, not a big rye fan.
But I like that. And good job being on vacation. That's awesome.
James DeLong, bedtime. It's early still. Let's do some night food. I don't know. I have no idea how to pronounce that rye, Ben.
Sazerac?
Sazerac?
Yeah. Brother-in-law has a double doodle great dog. I think Chewy is technically a double doodle.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I think both of his parents were golden doodles.
He's doubly annoying. Roy Kiefer, oh wait, maybe got it. Roy Kiefer, have a great, I think it's a great next 10 days, folks. Hope to return to Colorado Rockies with many trout stories, and some may even be true. Well, good for you, Roy. Have a great time.
We want to hear great trout stories that don't even have to be true. Yeah, and some pictures.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, gang, we are coming up on the 1 hour mark, so I'm going to start to wrap things up. Thanks to everyone who's joined. We're up to 43 at the moment. I'm not sure what the high water mark was, but this has been great connecting with all of you. Again, I wanted to get this out because the production schedule here the last couple of weeks has been so sporadic. Hopefully, we're going to have a Saturday premiere video, and anybody that can make it, that's going to be up at 8 o'clock Eastern time. So join in the chat for that, and that's good. There's just a ton of information that's going to be coming with that. I've got a bunch of other things, as I was saying a little while ago, that I have to get videos made for. I'm just sort of behind the curve right now, but hopefully moving forward in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be able to get those out. Thanks to all of you for watching, for participating in the live stream, for participating in the video premieres on Saturday and Wednesday morning, for all of your support over the last 12 and a half years. A special thank you to my channel members for the monthly contributions they make. We're in one of those periods that almost never ends, truthfully, where YouTube is demonetizing everything that I upload, no matter what. So my channel members, your contributions are more appreciated now, really, than ever. Thanks again to everyone. Anything last that you want to throw out to the group?
No, everybody have a safe and happy evening or morning or the rest of your day, wherever you are.
All right, folks. Catch you next time. And until then, good shooting and bye-bye for now.